Hi guys, welcome back to today's class. Okay, so in our last class we did introduction to graphic design, and in this class we are going to do introduction to the basic tools in Photoshop. Yes, the design software that we are going to be using for this particular um design is going to be Photoshop. Okay, so let's get to see the basic tools that we use every time we make a design in Photoshop and how the interface looks like. So first of all, we need to learn how to download the software Photoshop. So let's look at the steps which you get through to download the software. So the first one is for you to go to the official Adobe website. All right, so you go to www.adobe.com, then you hover around creativity and design. So you click on Photoshop under the list of products that you see there. So once you have done that, all right, you will see different pricing options. So you see Photoshop only plan, photography plan, including Lightroom and Photoshop. So choose the one that you want. Then you create or sign in an Adobe account. All right. So if you don't have an account before, then you create one. So if you don't have, you create one. If you do, then just sign in. Then the next step, all right, is that you add payments, all right. We always give free trials, all right. So you will do that, then enter the payment info, but you won't be charged if you cancel before the trial ends. All right. So once you have signed up, you'll be promoted to download the Adobe Creative Cloud desktop app. Okay, this is where all the Adobe software like Photoshop is installed and managed. Okay, so once you do that, then you open the Creative Cloud, then you find Photoshop and click on install. Okay, wait for it to download and install. It may take a few minutes, all right, depending on your internet. Then once installed, click open from the Creative Cloud or use the Photoshop icon from your desk to start the menu. Okay, so this is the steps that you follow to download the Photoshop app. Okay, so Photoshop is a powerful image editing software used by designers, photographers, and creatives to manipulate and enhance visuals. Okay, so whether you're creating digital art, editing photo, or designing graphics, Photoshop gives you the tool to bring your ideas to life. So understanding the interface. So we'll just look at it from the slide, then we'll enter into Photoshop and see how the interface looks like. So Photoshop has four main parts. Okay, they have the toolbar, which is at the left hand side. Then they have the canvas, which is in the middle. They have the layer panel, which is usually at the right hand side, and then they have the menu bar, which is usually at the top parts of it. Okay, so this is like the interface. This is how it looks like. So this is the toolbar. This is the top menu bar. This is our canvas where we design, and this is our layer panel. The toolbar is located on the left side. All right, this contains the essential tools like the move tool, the text tool, the brush tool, the shape tool, and many more. All right, these are like the different tools there. All right, so we start making designs, we'll use one of these tools, most of them actually, but not all, and then we'll get to see how it works. Okay, so this is our canvas. That is where we design. Okay, the middle space. All right, the layer panel, which is the right side. Every image, shape, or text sits on its own layer, like stickers. Okay, anything that you draw, all right, or you import into Photoshop, okay, has its own layer. All right, and this layer you can, manipulate it or manage it however you want to. Okay, then you have the menu bar, which is the top of the screen, used to save, undo, change fonts, colors, etc. This menu bar, you see file, you see edit, image, layers, type, select, filter, 3D, view, windows, help, like a lot of tools. Okay, now let's look at some basic Photoshop tools. All right, what they do and how to use them. All right, the first one is the move tool, and the move tool helps you to move pictures, text, or shape from one spot to another. So this tool here is the move tool, and is the tool that we use, just like the name move. We use it to move our elements around our canvas. Okay. Then the next one is the text tool, and this tool lets you type words on your design. All right, you can change the fonts, the size, and the color. Okay, text tool that we use to type our words in designs. Then the shape tool, which can use to draw shapes like circle, rectangle, triangle. But in Photoshop, all right, circle shapes, you see it's the ellipse. It's not like circle shape. It's called ellipse shape, okay, or ellipse tool. All right. So the next one is brush tool. This is like your paintbrush. You use it to draw freely or decorate your design. Okay. Then we have the eraser tool, which is part of the designs. Select and drag over anything you want to remove. Eraser tool helps you to remove any parts, all right, that you don't want in your design. You can use it like our eraser, like the name eraser tool. So it's just like our eraser that we use to clean off our drawing when we are hand drawing anything. So it doesn't work that it does here. So now that we've explored some of the important tools in Photoshop, let's put those tools to work. So today we are going to make something simple and fun: your own profile picture canvas. It will have your name, your favorite shape, your favorite color. All right, it is going to be our first design. Okay, so first of all, let's go into Photoshop and then look at the interface, just like we have seen here. So we see it, and then we'll now make a design. Okay, so let's head into Photoshop. Once you open your Photoshop, okay, this is what the first interface that you're going to see. Whenever you open your Photoshop for the first time, all right, this is the interface, okay, that you are going to see. All right, so here is where we get to, first of all, choose the document size that we want to use for our designs. All right, so for every design, all right, there is a document size that you use for it. If you want to make a design for Facebook has its own document size. If you want to make a design for Instagram, it has its own document size. If you want to make for Twitter, the same thing. For YouTube, the same thing. Any design that you want to make has its own document size. Okay, so you get to choose the document size that you want. All right, so first of all, you click on create. All right, is either you see create new here, or you see a new file. All right, here, so whichever one. So you click on create new. So this is what you are going to see: recent, saved, photos, print, art and illustration, web, mobile, film, and video. So let's look at save. For all recent, it might be blank because we have not used any one. Okay, so if you click on saved, those are the ones that I have saved. All right, the ones that I created by myself. You see WhatsApp logo, see Instagram, you see Facebook cover page, you see business card. Okay, then you click on photos. All right, so in photos you can see Photoshop size, landscape, just different document size, portrait. All right, then in print you see like letter, legal, tabloid, A4, A6, A5, A3, just different document size. Same thing in art illustration, posters, postcards, so much more. Same thing for web. Okay, mobile and film and video. So this is what you do. I'm very sure that if you look at your own, you don't have Instagram, right? All those social media document size, most of the times you need to create them by yourself. Just like you saw that here, I created and saved mine. So how do we create this? Okay, you can create this from here, this preset details. All right, so for example, I'll come here now and type, okay, I want to create a document size for Instagram, right? So I will type Instagram. Okay, and then I'll come to the width. You are supposed to know the width, all right, and height of each document size. Okay, it's very important, because if you don't know the width and the height, how are you going to create it? So for example, for Instagram now, it's 1080 by 1080. So I'll just type 1080 by 1080. Okay, come here, do the same thing, 1080. All right, so I'll put the resolution to 300. So resolution 300. All right, I'll leave the color to the RGB color. Then I'll leave my background content to white. Then if in your pixel, inches and centimeter, meter, millimeters and all that, make sure if your own is in inches or centimeter, please put it in pixels. Okay, this in pixels. Then here too should be pixels and inches, not pixels and centimeter. So once this is done, then I'm going to make sure that I save it here first. So you click here to save. So I click here and it says save document presets. So I can remove this and type Instagram, right? They said the name already exists because I already have like, and just put one here. Okay, and I'll save preset. You see now, it's already saved here. That is in my saved. So next time, if I want to make a post for a design for Instagram, I don't need to come and start creating a new one. I just need to come to my saved and then pick it up. Okay, so now I can click on create. So now this is the interface that is going to bring you to. All right, so this is the interface that we saw in our slides. All right, so this is the toolbar, this is the top menu bar, this is the canvas, all right, and this is our layer panel. Okay, so in the toolbar here, like the move tool here, okay, let me draw something first. This is the shape tool right here. This is my shape tool. You see that the circle shape here is known as ellipse tool, not circle. So let me say that I get my ellipse tool and draw a circle with the shift key to get a perfect circle. And then I come up here to fill it with color. Okay, I'll remove the stroke line. So now you see, I'll come here. I already clicked on the move tool. So I'll just move. All right, so the move tool you use to move tools around your canvas. Another thing, all right, if you don't know like what the tool is for, you just need to place your cursor to it like this, and then you get to see what it's for. Now if you look at here, it's telling me what this tool is for. Okay, the same thing for here. So it's telling me the name of the tools and what is used for. Can you see? And even how I can use it, like a picture of how it's being used. Okay. So this is our brush tool, like we saw. And we said we can use to paint. Okay, this is paint bucket tool. This is our shape tools. This is our text tool here. This is the eraser tool here. This is crop tool. Okay, these are like quick selection tools. All right, so most of the tools here, we will not use them to make a design, but then we'll use most of it. Okay, so let me go back to our slide, then I'll show you guys the design which we are about to make today. We are going to make today. All right, so this is a design, all right, that we are going to make today. Perfect picture, very simple design, a very simple design. So this is what we are going to do today. At least with this, is going to help us to know, how we can add like background colors to our design. It also help us to, how we import images. Okay, all right. I also learn how to clip mask. So now back here, so I'm going to delete this. Okay, so this is my canvas, and the first thing that I'm going to do is to add a background color to this. There are two different ways I'm going to show you that you can add a background color, all right, to your design. The first one is either I come here, get a rectangle too, all right, and then I draw from here to here like this, okay, and then come up here. Whenever you draw, you change your colors from up here. So I'll come here and then choose my color, okay, or you can open the color here and choose your color from here, whichever one that you like. So I'll choose my color, all right, remove the stroke line. So this is one way, okay, that I can have my background color. Then I'll come here and lock this. Click on the lock button here, and then it's automatically lock, so I can't move this. So at least when I'm designing, it won't move. All right, or you can do like this. Or you can do it like this, okay? In your foreground color, you have like black and white here, okay? For my own color, it has already been chosen, all right? So let me say I want to use like a red color for this, all right? So you first of all need to change your color from here before you do this particular step. So I will change the color to the color that I like, then pick this tool that says Paint Bucket Tool. This particular tool, Paint Bucket Tool. So I just pick this tool here and then click on my canvas, and it fills it with the color that I chose from here. So let me say now I choose another color. Let me say I choose this blue color, click OK. I just pick that tool, click on it, it changes it to the color that is here. Okay, this is known as the foreground and background color. All right, so this is another way, easy way that you can change your background color. Okay, so now that we have our background color here, all right, I want us to add an image, okay, like a pattern. All right, so this is how we are going to import our image. Two different ways also. Then I go to my files and get the image that I want to use. So let's say I want to use this image. So then I come here and then get the image and place it here. Okay, now if you look at you can't see the image, the pattern that I just imported now. Why? Because it is under the rectangle. So when you're working with your layers is very important. Okay, so what do I need to do? I'll drag this up, place it on top. So this is the pattern that I imported. Okay, this is the pattern that I imported. So if I don't want to do it by dragging and dropping, this is another way that I can do it. I'll come to File, all right, click on Place Embedded, okay, and then get that, but it will take me to my file. So it's also very important that you know where you save your images. All right, what you want to use and work. So I'll come here, click on this. See, so these are two different ways that you can import your image. Either drag and drop it in Photoshop, or you go through files. Okay, so the next thing, all right, that I'm going to do is that I want to reduce the transparency, okay, of this particular pattern. I want to reduce the transparency. So here it's called opacity. So to reduce the opacity, I will click on the layer like this. See, the layer is selected. Make sure you select the layer that you want to reduce the opacity, and then look at the opacity here. This is where you can reduce your opacity. Okay, so if you look at it, it's in 100%. So open it up, all right, and then reduce it how I want it. You see, it's reducing. You see? So let me try 4 and see what it gives to me. You can also just come here. If you have like a number, just type it 4. So I think this is okay for me. It is there, all right, but then it's not overshadowing my background. Okay, so now the next step that I'm going to take is to draw a circle. So to draw that circle, I will click on shapes, all right, and then get ellipse tool. I'll hold down my shift key. I'll hold down my shift key and then I'll draw a circle. If I remove my hand from the shift key, I'll struggle with drawing a perfect circle. But if I hold my shift key like this, I can draw it very easily. Okay, so I'll hold down my shift key. So I need to add a fill color to this. So I'll come here to fill, click it to open. All right, and then choose from I can see the colors here because like I've already made the design before, so the colors are in my recently used colors. Okay, but for you can just open this up and then choose the color, the fill color that you want. Okay, or you can even pick the color. All right, like now if you are looking at my cursor, once it goes out from here, you see it's pink now. Once it goes out from here, it changes. All right, so I can pick any color. If I try to pick the background color of this color now, you see, if I pick this color now, you see, so any color that I pick is going to change to that. Any color that I pick to change to that. So that is that. Well, this is the color that I'm going to use. Yeah, this is the color I'm going to use. So should I try this? So I'll come here to drop my tool. Okay, let me remove the stroke. So I'll come here to drop my tool. But before that, let's add a stroke color also. So I'll add stroke color of the same color. So you just click on the stroke, okay, yeah, and then I'll add that the same color, and I will increase my stroke to like 29. I might say increase or decrease that, and I know, yeah, you can't see the stroke color that I added right now, but we're going to see it later. Okay, we'll still see it later. So I make sure that this is placed in the middle. You see the red line? So now I'm sure that it's in the middle. So I leave it. And then I click on this good. So now I have my circle. So this, let's pay attention because this is a very tricky part. So we want to clip mask a picture. So we want to add a picture and clip it inside this shape. Okay, so now to do that, all right, make sure you click on the circle. Okay, make sure you click on the circle. Then we'll go to File, go to Place Embedded, and then I will get a picture that I want to use for my design. So I want to use this picture. So I'll get it. Okay. So now what I'm just going to do is just to come to the layer of this picture now. All right. Right click. You will see create clipping mask. Click on it. And that's, you see, the picture now is now inside the circle. If you don't click on the circle, if you don't select the circle before you import the image, it's not going to work. Your clipping mask is not going to work. So make sure you click on the circle first before you now import your image. Then you right click immediately and create a clipping mask. Okay, now you can see that the stroke that we added now is now showing. Assuming that we did not add that stroke that time, we wouldn't be seeing this. So now we can now see the stroke that we added. Okay, so now we have this one. So the next thing we're going to do is that I want us to add like a star outline here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to File, Place Embedded, okay, and get my star outline that I want to use. So this is the star I want to use, okay? So I'll just click on it. So now, this is where the eraser tool comes, all right? So if you look at this star now, it has a white background. And we don't really want to, you're not doing anything with the white background, okay? We just want only the star. So we are going to use the eraser tool to clean off the path that we don't want to appear. So what we are going to do now, we'll come here, we'll click and hold on this eraser tool. Now see, there are three different eraser tools. We just have the one that says eraser tool. We have background eraser tool, and we have magic eraser tool. So the one we are going to be using is magic eraser tool. Magic eraser tool. So I'll get the magic eraser tool. All right. Why it's showing like this is because we did not rasterize first before we got the eraser tool. So for me, if you want, you can just come here and rasterize first, rasterize layer, and you see. All right. Or you can just click on it and you say you did not rasterize, you now click OK. So if I just click on the white part, you see, it goes off. Click here also, and then I've removed the parts that I don't want, the colors that I don't want. Note, this can only work, okay, if the background color that you're trying to remove are all one color. Okay, if it is not like a similar color, it's going to be hard remove it. It might even remove the particular one that you want to remove. So this works best when you are using, when you need to remove a color that has just a solid color. White, black, red, blue, but let it just be one color, okay? It works, it's easier like that. Okay, so I'll just reduce this and place it right here. So another step is that I want to add a color to this. Okay, I don't want it to be the same, this black color. I want it to be the same color with the stroke line here, stroke color here. So what I'm going to do is click on this. All right, you see it's selected. If you don't click on it, I can't use it. So I have to click on it. Then come to this FX, click. You will see color overlay. So you click on color overlay. Okay, so I will change it to the color that I want. Okay, so you see, this is the color I want. So it's already, so I'll just click OK. So just like that, I have this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to duplicate this and place it here. So what do? I will click on this. All right, I'll click on it. Then I'll press Control key and click J. So if you come to my layer here, you see that it's duplicated. How do I know? It's saying download and then download copy. So it means they are now two. So I'll just drag this and place it here like this. Okay, so now I want to do something else. I want to reduce, okay, this particular, reduce it a bit and then move it up because I need to add something else. Okay, so now I have this. So the next thing is that I want us to add a circle down here and write our name. Okay, so I'll get my ellipse tool. I'll draw a circle, hold down my shift key to get a perfect circle. Circle like this. All right. Add which color now? Should I add this color? Okay, let me add this color. Okay, and then my stroke color would be white. Yeah, so let me increase the thing. Yeah, this is okay. So I'll drop my tool here in the move tool. So this is what I have. So this is what I have. So now I need to pick my test tool. Okay, so I'll click on the test tool here. I've picked it. You see, my cursor has changed. So I'll click inside this circle and I'll type my see what is happening. Okay, let me increase this so that you guys can see it very well. See how my cursor is, all right? It is inside a square. Once I bring it inside this circle, it changes. I don't know if you can see it. My cursor changes to, let me place it here so you see it. See, it's now circle, but if I take it out, it's square. If I bring it here, it's circle. So now that it is circle, it's shape, right? If I click and type, anything I type is going to be around the circle. Okay, let me just go to view and fit to screen. It's going to be around the circle, and that is not what I want. I want it to be inside the circle. So I'll just write it here. Okay, I'll just write it here. So I'll just type my name is Blessing. Okay, so I'll just type it like that and I'll place it somewhere here. So I want the blessing to resolve. I don't want it to be in a straight line. So I'll just double click to edit the text. So I'll just press the enter key for this to go down. So yeah, this is what I have. Okay, so why my test tool is still picked? Okay, because if you don't pick it, you will not see this. Look, if I drop it, I can't see where I can edit it unless I go to window, all right, and then choose a character style, all right. But I just need to click on my text tool here and then come here to change the color. You see it's in blue color and I want it to be white. I'll click OK. So I'll place it here, increase the name a bit. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. So I'll accept this. Okay, I don't want to come and start like changing the font and adding font and stuff like that. I think I'm going to increase the circle, the bigger circle a bit. So I'll hold my shift key and then highlight the two of them. And then make sure it's in the middle. So hold the shift key and select these two. Place them here. I think this is not, I don't know, I feel like it's not in. Okay, so you see, once we are done, just like what we learned in our last class about alignment, you know, the principles of design, balance and everything. So you see, I'm trying to make sure that everything is balanced, that I don't just leave my design like that. So just like that, you see how we made this profile picture, okay? Instagram profile picture that we can just, you know, post on our Instagram profile. Okay, so at least with this, we get to use the move tool, the text tool, the shape tool, the eraser that we used to remove the background. We also learn how to use the paint bucket tool, all right, like a lot of them. Okay, so yeah, that is it. So let's go back and see our mini projects. Okay, so our mini project, all right, is now your turn to recreate my profile picture using, you know, shapes, colors, text in your own creative way. Don't use the shape that I use another shape, use another color, you know, change the font style. Just do you, but make something different. You can follow the same step, but make something different. Okay, so I'm going to see you guys in our next class. Bye, guys.